Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about James Vowles' response to rumours about Carlos Sainz's chassis, as well as some new revelations that have been made about Ferrari's pace. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on X at James's Pit Lane. I'll leave a link in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So let's start with Williams, where team boss James Vowles has addressed rumours that claim that Carlos Sainz is running an older chassis than Alex Albon. Now, as we know, Sainz joined Williams for the 2025 season after he was replaced at Ferrari by Lewis Hamilton. And given his experience and the fact he's won multiple Grand Prix, expectations were high for when he joined Williams. But he has been outperformed by teammate Alex Albon so far. In Australia, for example, Alex Albon just looked to have the edge over Carlos Sainz. Unfortunately, Sainz spun out of the race and Alex Albon ended up managing to finish P5. So that was a really good result for Williams. And then in China, again, Albon just looked to have the edge and he ended up finishing P7 while Carlos Sainz came home in P10. At the same time though, Sainz is still in an adjustment phase. He's learning a new car, a new team, and the fact he's still putting his car in good positions and point scoring positions, even with him adjusting, that's pretty good. And now Vowles has put to rest any rumours that he may be running an older chassis than Albon. And addressing the rumours in a recent video from Williams, Vowles explained, both Alex and Carlos are using exactly the same equipment, the same chassis, the same front wings, the same gearboxes. Everything is of the same specification and standard. More specifically, the question was, are we running a 24 chassis with Carlos? So I'll expand on that. Both drivers are running an evolution of last year's chassis, so it's evolved exactly the same way. But we always intended to go through this sequence of regulation during the last year of regulations, making sure that we are effectively evolving our chassis rather than redesign it from scratch. And that's really important, because it allows us to put our eggs in an investment basket of 2026 and beyond, and it's not a financial question, it's a time resource. We're all up against the cost cap, but it allows us to re-optimise and make sure that we're getting everything for 26 we can, and we knew there was quite a bit of potential within the chassis. But let's move on to Ferrari, where more has been said about their pace. Now, it hasn't been the best start to 2025 for the team. In Australia, they were finishing P8 and P10. The sprint race in China looked a bit better. Lewis Hamilton took sprint pole and took the sprint win by around 7 seconds. But then you go to main qualifying, they're only going 5th and 6th fastest, both Ferraris, and that's exactly where they finished in the Grand Prix before both drivers were disqualified for car infringements. So there's definitely work to do for Ferrari, especially with teams like McLaren, Mercedes, even Red Bull at the moment with Max Verstappen, managing to get ahead of them. But Ferrari team boss Frederick Vasseur actually thinks the times are very close between the top teams, with him saying, today some people think that McLaren is dominating everything, but the lap times are actually very close. We have 4 teams within 1/10 of a second. I don't need to be reassured. I can clearly see that the car isn't bad. We have the data to prove it. So that's important for Ferrari, that they feel confident in their car. And there's no doubt that there's definitely speed to be unlocked from the SF25. As I say, in the sprint part of the Chinese Grand Prix weekend, that was all Ferrari. Lewis Hamilton taking pole and taking the sprint win. It was really, really impressive. It just looks like at the moment Ferrari's big issue is the ride height. Nothing official has been said on this, but it's been spoken about a lot. And if the team can find a larger operating window for the ride height, be able to run the car at a range of different ride heights across different tracks and not lose pace, that could really, really help them. So we'll see what happens, but it does look like Ferrari think the pace is there. And also, Vasseur spoke about how Lewis Hamilton is helping the team since he joined Ferrari. As we know, Hamilton joined in a shock move in 2025. And Vasseur has said that while Hamilton can be demanding to work with, at the same time, he can get the best out of everyone. He told the Equip, as quoted by GP fans, Lewis can get the most out of everyone around him because he's demanding of himself. And it works very well when he's demanding of others. It allows us to change our perspective. We don't do things like Mercedes, like Red Bull, like McLaren. We do things differently, but despite everything, we all manage to finish in the same 10th. Lewis has other demands. He thinks about things differently, and I'm not saying it's better or worse, but it helps us. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.